2024 has come to an end, and there has been some equipment I purchased that I feel like has evolved my ability, and there has been some experiences that has happened in 2024 that I kind of want to discuss. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Kong Tao. I am a sound engineer and filmmaker here in Southwest Missouri. The first purchase I want to talk about is the Deity Theos. This came out in 2024. It got back ordered pretty quick, but then I think it also came into stock pretty quick as well. I purchased it out of a whim. I thought that this was a product that I think is worth viewing, and I think can help enhance my usability in the work I do. There is going to be a review for the Deity Theos. I've written the script. I just need to break it down to bullet points, and hopefully it will come out great. So look out for that. But quickly, the Deity Theos has become kind of a tool that I grab all the time. I kind of gravitate towards that in my sound bag, especially with my simple setups like my Zoom F3, and just grabbing that for a live setup, and then that's it. So I think it's become a tool that I really enjoy. I really like the versatility of it. It has a bunch of features that I think is pretty cool. I don't personally use them, but then I think if you're in a pinch, there's some options for you. The second product is actually not a camera related product. It's a standing desk, and I've been wanting a standing desk for a long time. I kind of hate sitting down for a very long time, even though I do that kind of like regularly. But when I'm kind of sitting and working, I don't really like to do that because sometimes I fall asleep. I don't know what it is, if I have any condition or anything like that, but I just fall asleep. And also my knees get fatigued and I need to stand up and do something. So I try to, stand up most of the time. I gravitated towards the standing desk a little more, ironically, as compared to me working on my audio desk downstairs. Because, like I said, I don't like sitting a lot, especially being in front of a computer. With that, I realized that I need to be standing more when I try to edit my videos or any, work on the big desk. So I bought standing desks. My third purchase that I feel like has changed my workflow is the 600 watt fixture. This is the light that I think you always see everyone say that the light you need. And I do honestly believe you do need it. I'm using it right now. I'm glad I got it. I've been going back and forth on whether if I should buy it or not with my buddy, and it went on sale, and I purchased it. The reason I've been wanting to go back and forth, whether buying or not, is a lot of justification of the projects I do, and also I missed my opportunity when it was at a really good sale at Adorama, only for $1,000, and I missed the opportunity because I had purchased a bunch of stuff already, and I didn't want to use more money, so I decided to bite the bullet this time and get it, and it was on sale. The fourth item is the Flex matte light. It's not exactly flex, but it's a matte light. This one I also been going back and forth, do we need it? Is it good? Is it strong enough? It's only 200 watts. It's quite pricey for that. Even though I bought this one on sale, and it's a pretty good sale, I feel like me and my gaffer, we actually use that way more than the 600 watt, just because it's more versatile in what it can do. It's kind of naturally soft already because it's kind of bigger, right? So we can just do that, and sometimes we don't need the actual grid or the diffusion attachment. We just put the diffusion right on the actual matte light itself, and sometimes that's enough for what we need. So I think it was a really strong purchase, and I'm glad I got it. I do think that if you want one light to start out with and you don't want to buy a bunch of modifiers, a matte light might be a good choice because you have more versatile ways of using it, hanging up without worrying about it falling easily, whatever, taping it to the ceiling. We did that. So yeah, it's really, really solid light. Number 5 is the Lightbank attachment for lights. It's an inflatable light that's tubed, that's about 4 foot, and it's not a light itself. It's just an attachment, actually. You attach it to the reflectors of your lights. And I first saw this from Joel Gabrielson's video, and I was like, that's really cool because I've been wanting a tube light or a inflatable light for a long time because, you know, I want to be able to like have that option to go over like overhead on, you know, my subjects. But then, you know, it's expensive and I kind of use all my lights in a certain way, and tube lights I don't use that much. But this one I think was a good purchase, and I think it became very popular. It was on Amazon at first, and then now it's not. It's on B&H. It got on B&H very fast, and now I always see it out of stock. So I think a lot of people have started using it, and I think that it's going to be a tool that you're going to see a lot on set. They've also, I saw that they have a honeycomb grid on it, and that would have been nice to have. Number 6 is the Anker SOLIX C1000 power bank. This is a purchase that I am so happy I made. Also, I got it on a really good deal. It was half off, and I still think it is. I think there's a coupon now, so it's not direct half off. So if you forget to check that check mark, then you're gonna pay $500 more. And I think this is like a really good purchase just in general, especially for us filmmakers. It's obviously great. We can kind of be more mobile. If we want a monitor set up out in the field, we have that. If we want to be able to power something outside, we don't have outlets pretty close, we have that. So I think this is a purchase that I think every filmmaker eventually needs to get, because they're going to be using it way more than they think. And most of the time, if we do have a lot of outlets, we just kind of use that to power or to charge our batteries. So we're not using extra power from, you know, the same circuit. So I think it's a solid purchase, and I love it. I'm telling you, I love it. So all of these purchases, we use it on one set, and we use all the ones I just mentioned like really heavily. So I think that it's a really good, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It's awesome. The last thing that it's not a purchase, I don't own these because I don't have enough productions that actually need them, but they are the Hollyland Solidcoms, or just any like wireless headset, not radios. Radios are great, but then, you know, radio you have to use your hand to like touch so you can talk. The wireless headset, you just put on the mic and then it works perfectly. And I honestly believe, like, I think eventually every filmmaker needs these, and you're starting to see them on the set all the time. So if you don't have them already, then you're probably using it in some way, or you see other people use it on the YouTube videos, you know. So I think these are like such a versatile tool. Like, it's way like more valuable, I feel, than like a better camera, better lenses, or we have like a million lights or stands or anything like that. It's just, you know, makes your communication better with the crew, and you don't have to yell across the room to someone or walk back and forth constantly. You just say, hey, you know, tilt it down a little bit more. They do it, whatever, you know. So I think this is such a versatile tool, and I think like it's kind of changing the industry a little bit. Those are the gear / purchases I used that I felt that was a huge impact in 2024. Story time. So a lot of things happened in 2024. A lot of random things, mostly, I guess, and a lot of, I guess, planned things, but we learned from those experiences type things. In the beginning of the year, I was working for a real estate media company, and I left that company, I think in March or April of 2024. And I don't really want to talk about why I left it, because it's a long story and there's nothing negative about it. There's no bad blood. It's just a story that, like, I have a lot of reasons why I left, and they aren't quite excuses. They're actually like valid reasons that I think anyone would probably leave. So if you guys want to hear about that, I can talk about that in a separate video, but I don't think it's a topic that I should just like continuously share all the time, because I tell a lot of people this. So, but then I left the job for a certain reason. Before I left the job, I got hired to a company. I won't say the name anymore, but I was doing behind the scenes, and I was editing their social media videos. So I was the guy capturing the stuff I was editing, so I know what I was doing, right? Hopefully. Um, so I didn't like quit the job to nothing, right? I was doing part time on that, very part time. But then I was finding myself running out of things to do, right? And I was also like trying to figure out how I'm gonna make an income. So I told my boss that just basically I was running out of things to do. So instead, he promoted me to production manager, and that was kind of out of nowhere. The job itself was out of nowhere. The previous job, just I guess we call it social media manager, but the production manager job came out of nowhere, and I gladly accepted because I discovered I like producing, and I like the paperwork stuff, and talking to clients and all that stuff. So I really like doing that stuff. Aside from all this, I love doing this too, but oddly enough, like I really enjoy the producing side of things. So I took the job. It wasn't full time still, but it was enough money to really like get me kind of settled in and not worry too much about money, and I can still kind of work on a business on the side, my business. So it was a good gig because I was work at home. I just spent my days on the computer, on the internet, So, and there was some days where I, needed to do something. I could kind of work remote on my phone as well. One of the larger projects I worked on last year was in the fall, and it was my friend. She was making a feature, and I guess it was being a second feature because the movie previous of that was 50 pages, and in the end, that's an hour long. So, but like that's like also not considered a feature because it's like not long enough to. I don't know. It's weird. But this one, it is a feature, right? It's like 120 pages or so. So, I helped her with that. What I did was I provided like all of my gear to them, and that was kind of my part in the project. I did come and help once in a while, but I told them I can't be there every day because they were still filming during the wedding season as well, and so I can only be there a few days, right? And whenever I was there, I would try to be there because it's one of those situations where everyone's just there to help out and volunteer their time. No one's getting paid, and so a lot of people like they might show up the first day and they don't show up anymore, or they just never show up in general because like there's so many people on the call sheet that never shows up. That happened the first time. I kind of expected it again this time. But hopefully, like, I was hoping some would stay, but they didn't. So I would come and help the gaffer once in a while because he's the only other one that kind of had more experience on film sets than some of the others. I would help everyone, literally. But then, like, the gaffer was kind of the main one. But I wasn't in charge. I did not say we need this lighting or that lighting. I went to the DP specifically and said, hey, what kind of lighting setup you want, and we're gonna do it. Because she unfortunately is like not as experienced as we are, and I didn't want to do what happened last time, which was I basically was DP last time, and I just told the gaffer like, let's do this setup, and she just figured out the shots, So I absolutely did not want that to happen again because there was some responsibility in there that I did not want to take. So, me and the gaffer, we still like kind of figure out the lighting, whatever, She didn't say what kind of light to set up. She said like, let's just have like a light here or whatever, make it bright, whatever, overhead lights, So just a general way of telling us what to do. But it worked out great, I think. It was less pressure on me this time, obviously, because of what I said. I wasn't responsible for anything, so I just let it play out the way it's supposed to play out. Let everyone do their job because people won't learn if they don't like discover it themselves. So, yeah. But that feature film, or that specific, those projects with that friend, because this is the third project she's done, kind of showed that people are willing to just kind of come out and work, and especially if it's a feature film, which is weird, because feature film takes a lot of time and energy to do, and I don't want anyone to do it for free, because I've done a lot of like films for free already, and then some of the feature films I've done, I was the one that was most experienced, and in my head I know what I needed to do to get what we needed to accomplish that day, and these sets I was on, like, there was none of that, so it just kind of frustrated me a little bit. But then now I feel like I know enough people that are talented. I have enough equipment. I have enough skills myself to even like kind of suggest some things, to really just say, hey, let's make something. And I would still like to pay the crew and the cast, but then, it might not be possible. So if I do have to pay them, or if I can pay them, it'll be something. I don't want them to get nothing, because I just hate that, because that's how it is around here. And I just don't want to be part of that kind of people. It seems to be a trend, or just a type of people here. So, yeah. And I believe this project that I've written is a pretty important one. I think every creative can relate to it in some way, if not like 100% most of the way. And if not creative, I think the story itself and what happens in the movie is something everyone can relate to, because it's something that happens in real life. So this is a pretty important story that I would love to tell, and hopefully I can tell it. And if I can at least get some producing done this year, if not filmed this year, then that's a step forward compared to finishing the script last year, which this script has been going on for like 2 years now, but I need to rewrite it still. So the script is still ongoing, but I can at least start some producing stuff. So hopefully I can get that going, and we can get a feature film, that's made here in Southwest Missouri, that is like good and a quality story. So the day literally right after we wrapped production of Shattered Dreams, I lost my job, and that was a bummer. I made a video for it, and if you watched the video, I'm sorry, but it was a necessary video. It's a long video, but I feel like I really needed to make that video. It's kind of like a journaling type video. But yeah, I am now jobless in the new year. So what does this year look like, 2025? Honestly, I don't really know. After I lost my job, I was kind of in a thinking phase for an entire month, and that's why this video was postponed. So I had to do some stuff. I had to make some action, take some action in some way. We all need income, but then if I just go back to working Walmart, then I'm not expanding, my career. So I've taken the risk, and I've pushed my business more. I've invested into it more. It's a better way of saying it. So hopefully that can come about. I've been trying to get some bartering with like some of the people around here that I go to already. So hopefully I can create something that's in the portfolio of that realm. That's weird to say, because you guys see me on the set all the time, right? So you're like, yeah, it's portfolios everywhere, but not exactly like me creating this stuff, right? Or if it's a movie, it's a movie, and commercial people don't really care about that, oddly enough. But I don't want to continuously try to find a safety net. So the risk taking is going to be definitely higher this year, and hopefully I can achieve something more with the skills I've gained, the equipment I have, the knowledge I have, and the networking I have. I also want to improve this YouTube channel. Last year I felt like I was making videos just to make it, even though I do feel like some of the content might be worth to some people, but then it was pretty randomized, right? So I would like to avoid that again and kind of improve the quality, because my phone somehow sucks in video now after the update, and I'll probably start using my camera just to film it, which is kind of a hassle, but whatever. So yeah, I want to create better content on YouTube, starting off with probably the Deity Theos review. I need to get that done pretty quick because it's been a year now and I feel like that is enough time for me to review it. So basically this year is another life reset, which unfortunately happens too much for me. But this might be a blessing in disguise. I don't know it yet. So yeah, as I reset my life in 2025, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.